Hello, my name is Abigail Chapman. I am a senior political science major with a minor in women and gender studies and a certificate in leadership, and I'm a finalist for the Elaine Southwick Award.
What do you believe is the most important recognition you have received for your academic achievement?
The most important recognition that I've received actually came from a professor. Over the past year, I've been completing a research project on women in politics to see how we could increase the amount of activity for women in politics. And I reached out to one of my professors, Dr. Shobha Gurung, and asked her if she knew of any conferences that I was able to present my research at. And after that, she became very vested in me as a student. She helped me apply to the conference, attended the conference with me, and really helped me become more professional in this aspect and really be prepared for it. And after this, she also encouraged me to participate in different panels that were going on campus that had to do with my research topic, as well as continue researching and learning more about my topic in order to prepare myself better for the future. And that, I think, was the most important recognition I've received for an academic achievement.
How would a professor writing a letter of recommendation characterize your academic abilities?
I was reviewing some letters of recommendation in preparation for this question, and some of the words that really stuck out to me were a commitment and diligence. I have proven in my classes to my teachers that I will work hard in classes. I won't just do the bare minimum. I will turn everything in on time or early. I've really proven my commitment to my education through this. And one of my professors also described my humor as disarmingly dry. And that was my favorite thing that has ever come from a letter of recommendation from a professor.
What personal attributes have allowed you to excel as a student?
Something that I think has always been a little bit inherent in me is my ambition. I've always wanted the best for myself, and I've always expected the best from myself. And I think I've really reflected this attribute in my time as a student at SUU. Not only do I have a high academic GPA, but I'm involved in the honors program, which required me to complete an extra 21 credits, as well as an extra project. I also completed a research project and attended several conferences to present this research at. It's also been reflected in my leadership experience here. Not only was I an ace, but at the same time, I wanted to be involved in the honors leadership program. I became involved in the Miss Utah America organization. I've always gone farther than I needed to and always expected myself to complete all the tasks to the best of my abilities because of my ambition.
What led you to select your major course of study, and how has it challenged you to become a better student?
That's a great question. Originally, when I came to SUU, I was actually a vocal performance major. I had sang all throughout high school, and I loved singing, and I thought that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. But I got to my first day of classes, my teacher walked in, and she said, you might think you'll be performing, but you'll probably be teaching. And if that's not what you want to do, you should leave now. And that really stuck out to me, and I thought about it, and I said, all right, well, I don't want to teach at all, and I changed my classes that day. And after that, I kind of floated around a little bit, and I didn't have a major, but I ended up picking political science because that is where my opportunities kept arriving. In high school, I was on my youth city council, and I had gained a lot of leadership experience through that and a lot of friends through that as well. And because of that opportunity, I was able to work at the Levitt Center for the university as well. And so I thought, maybe I'll just take a political science class. I'll try it out. And then someone at the Levitt Center reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to apply for an internship at the state capitol. And I never thought that I would get it because I was just a freshman, and that's where my challenge with political science began. That's where I started to challenge myself as a student. I applied for the internship anyway. I ended up getting the internship, and I got to work with Senator Vickers at the state capitol, and that changed my whole life essentially. I learned how to network with professionals. I learned how to keep track of an organized schedule. I've learned to be a better student because of my major and continuing to challenge myself with my classes.
How have you maintained an exceptionally high GPA while being heavily involved as well?
I think a lot of it has to do with being willing to recognize what you're capable of in the moment. So while being involved in leadership positions, I had to keep in mind what was going on with my academics. And especially as we've switched to remote classes, I've had to pay attention to what my responsibilities are on every day of the week. So I've decided not to work on Mondays because that's when all my classes ended up being, and that's when my assignments are due. So everything for me ended up being recognizing what my own abilities are and where my priorities should lie at the time I'm being faced with, and always making sure to stay committed to getting good grades while being involved.
What has been the most difficult principle or concept for you to learn, and why?
The most difficult concept for me to learn has been that I can't do everything all the time, and that not everything is always going to work out exactly how I think it's supposed to. I think I've learned this through the things I've applied for and all the opportunities that I've tried to accomplish at SUU. There's been jobs I've applied for that I didn't get. There's been opportunities in the classrooms that I tried to reach for that I didn't get as well. And I had to recognize that this isn't because I was worse than someone else, but maybe because I wasn't who they were looking for at the moment. And this is sometimes hard to learn about and understand, but I'm still learning, and I'm still learning that everything that is supposed to be for me will eventually work out how it's supposed to.
What was the most challenging and rewarding service project you have undertaken while at SUU?
As part of my leadership opportunity as an ACE, I created a program with the local 4-H group here in Cedar City where we were able to teach, where I was able to create some leadership curriculum for them to learn and to follow. And this was really fun because it gave me an opportunity to reflect on what I thought was important as a leader and what I would hope to bestow upon other leaders and future upcoming, hopefully, students at SEU. This has been a great opportunity, but it is also very challenging because I felt like I had a lot of great information that I wanted to share with these students, but sometimes they weren't as excited about the information that I was. And this presented a great challenge in the moment because I got to learn how to adapt my teaching style to multiple students at a time. So this meant if they were being restless, maybe let's do an icebreaker that also has something to do with the leadership qualities that I'm trying to teach. I had an opportunity to do this workshop 3 different times with this group, and it's been a lot of fun developing my own curriculum and teaching these students about leadership qualities.
How has the campus been improved as a result of your involvement?
I think one of the most important leadership roles I've held on campus is being an ACE, and I think we've seen a lot of significant changes on campus because of the ACES program. Retention has gone up in the last 2 years that I've been involved. We've worked as a team to make sure that students feel more belonging on campus, more connected to campus, and to make sure that they feel like SUU is a home for them and that we really want them here on campus. I think I have brought a unique talent to the ACES program, just being able to connect with a large group of people and work very diligently with my students to ensure that they're feeling comfortable at SUU.
How has the local community been improved as a result of your involvement?
Through my internship at the Capitol, I was introduced to Donna Law, who is the government relations representative at SUU. And because of her vested interest in me and the relationship that we've worked on, I've been able to present and work on some of my research for women in politics. I have helped her plan events to encourage women in Cedar City to get involved, like the Real Woman Run event that happened last fall and another event coming up in the future. We work together to create a bigger involvement of the women in politics in Cedar City. Women in office is so important because we're allowing more groups to have their voices heard, and this will have, in the long run, have a really positive effect on the community of Cedar City.
How has your leadership improved the functioning of a student group on campus?
I think I have improved the leadership abilities of the ACES program, specifically because of what I've learned in my minor. My minor is Women and Gender Studies, and through my minor, I've learned about the importance of considering all sides of the voice. I've learned about intersectionality, acknowledging everybody's intersecting identities, and learning how to represent them in an important way. And I think this was something that I brought to the ACES program because intersectionality is an idea that not everybody thinks about. And so I've helped all the leaders on our team recognize their own intersecting identities within themselves and how those play an important role of how they choose to lead and how they can bring this to the team when they are doing their work.
How would you describe your leadership style and philosophy?
A word that I've always found really important is empower. And to me, empower means taking your own power and then giving it to other people, helping other people learn and understand the power that you've had, in turn that they can share this power with other people. And I think this is something I've had a unique opportunity to do as an ACE. I've been able to share all my knowledge about being an SEU student, being a first year student, how scary it might have been, and teach them that it's going to be okay and that they're going to enjoy their time at SEU. And through that, I've also been able to help connect them to different offices or different clubs that are important for them on campus. And hopefully they've been able to make those connections with other people too. My leadership philosophy really is just taking the power I have within myself and giving it to other people for a whole long line of empowering others. Thank you.